Hello folks, we are back where we stopped in the previous part, and let's see where this will lead us. Okay, I will start with force missiles, see where it lands. We can try to kill this one. Apply the vulnerable and craft the 3 random cards. We can add a mental barrier. Resisted our bewitch attempt, but we can probably prevent the wasp from taking flight by dropping it below half their hit point. So some defend. That was the astral, the mental barrier that dealt chaotic damage to a random enemy. Let's get some retribution, and we got empower. Spiked armor, faded our retribution damage. So one snake down. Ethereal prison. So the frog will enrage, which means that we can kill him with our retribution damage. Let's discard this. The bone altar. So let's do our job and consecrate and destroy the vile altar. And we can get to pick one of these cards. Demon's Offer is nice, you will get some bleeding, but that might not be a problem if you have Hex Ward. And we already have plenty of ways to deal with wicked enemies, so let's get the Demon Offer. Add it to my deck. Well, the spirit backed, but we exorcise it. And in the previous episode we finished by gaining a level, so let's see what we can get. An obvious choice for a summoner class, aside from the summoning mastery perks, is to get leadership, because this will increase your summon limit and it's something that you want to do. And if you are curious what can increase my summon limit, let's clear this filter and search for summon limit, one word, like so. And there is leadership, there is some occult perks, alchemical mutagens, and the expert summoner. So leadership will give you 2, and expert summoner will give you 1 more, and then there is occult, there is alchemy, or whichever way you want to go. In this case, I think that I will go with leadership, because its leadership rank will also increase by +1 the damage that our allies deal. And we can also get to pick a tendency, and the tendency for our character is actually neutral. That's what an exorcist is, neutral. I think I will save my LP. These are the cards in our collection. Veilbridge, Light Beam. Blessed can be pretty devastating to wicked targets. This is Elosar. We can control Elosar up to power 6, but we can still bewitch. So he will harm himself. Let's give him vulnerable too. Noctem Assassin. Novice Rogue. We haven't defeated this group or any of this group yet, so we don't know if they can resist vulnerable or what else. This is Sylph. One is down, let's get some defense, also add this here. And the assassin and the rogue will probably try to flank me. I don't know about this guy, so he attacked. So it was a good call putting him in the front, because then he would have attacked us with this vulnerable state. Now we can control Elosar with power of 7. None of them has power of 7, this is not even Elosar, but that doesn't mean we can't try to bewitch this one. I don't see any reason why I would say be able to resist our bewitch except the 25% dance. So let's put here in the front. We can also weaken this one. I didn't use to weaken and then try to bribe, because bribe I think is a reaction, yes, and we would have lost it. The vulnerable here. So that forces him to use his shield ability. Force missile. And let's check our equipment. I don't have something to give me Hexward, unfortunately, but I think we can take up some bleeding. Let's use it. Amulet of Omniscience. Activable. Discard 1, defend 3, clairvoyance 3, draw 1. Very nice to have, so let's add it to our inventory. It's activable. We'll get to clairvoyance and draw 1. Crystal ball is automatic, and it will craft a second sight after it gives us these bonuses. Let's to our inventory too, but I will get this equipped. Amulet of Omniscience. So we can use it. Choose and draw this. Continue. Add one. Let's task this for now. Okay, so Veil Blitz. Let's use it here. Ethereal Prison. I will finish one of them. Vulnerable. Attack. Okay, so we can bewitch him. No. Let's get the wandering monk. This is undead, this is undead, so light beam will be useful. And this strike will be useful against the skeleton. missiles. Dice from the Echoing Sanctified Blade. Let's use this here. So now you can see that our ally rolled a 4 but also got our leadership modifier in their damage. Eavesdrop. Expand Concealment 10, Defend 3, Clairvoyance 1. And Clairvoyance is when we look at the top card of our deck. If it's 1, we look 1, if it's 4, we look the whole 4. And keep one of them, discard the rest, and Clairvoyance will only work if there are cards in your deck to look at. So, something to keep in mind. Let's draw this. Drain 1. No one seems to be immune to vulnerable, so let's give them some vulnerability. Hex, Feeble Mind, Healing. So this guy will flank me, but she will try to Feeble Mind me, so let's add some retribution for her. In any case, she got the damage. She strike and attack. So we are at stage 4. This is pretty nice, the Shard of Power, all the shards are pretty nice. Let's add it to our stats and get something to sell. So vulnerable is always nice to maximize your damage output. And we got Mind Control, Mind Prison and Telekinetic Lift. Let's see. Mind Control. Choose one. Mind Thrust or Mind Shockwave. So each turn you get to choose between Mind Thrust and Mind Shockwave. If the enemy has Mind Control, this card on them echoing, then you get Synergy Intense and also deal intense damage and you draw 2 cards. Or Mind Shockwave. If the enemy has Mind Control, you draw 2 cards. You amplify Astral, you deal Astral damage and also intense. Okay, and Mind Prison. If the enemy has Mind Prison Echoing, then you craft Mind Control, discard, and you also deal 4 intense damage. Telekinetic Lift, if the enemy is immobilized, you deal 4 intense damage, vulnerable, and stun. So, Mind Control, we can add, I guess, 1 in our deck. And also we can also get Clever. We now need 1 more to increase our hand size. So maybe we can now check which perks can give us intellect. And we have herbalism, dark magic training, and alchemy training. Let's get the dark magic training, bonus in our dark, and an increment in our hand size. What's not to like? Bribe. Let's bribe this one. Night fight for us. And Lord Kendrick, it's resistance to both light and dark. But not to astral. Okay. He also has counter attack and flank. This guy has this spell. Okay, let's first take care of his ally. Something on offer. We can replace our Wandering Monk. Actually, he will go away this turn. So let's use Ethereal Prison on him. We have space for 2 spirits. Forcing him to heal is one of the best possible outcomes, because now we can just I will add it to my stats. This bleeding will go away once we advance. And now you might be tempted to use this card. We will discard 3, so we will invoke 3, and invoke will work as long as you don't have more than 7 cards in your hand, so we got these 3 cards. Okay. Let's target the vivisectionist, adjust his vulnerable. Okay, we can destroy the vivisectionist. Veil bridge. Put a sanctified blade here. Light beam. So Siphon Psyche. Weaken. If the enemy is weakened, we deal 5 intense. And we also inflict weaken and drain 5. Let's add this to our deck. I think I will adjust my deck next time after we pass to the next final stage. Let's use this. Also stun him so we can kill Vigor Mortis with our spirits. He's a Losar, but his power is... how much is his power? 11. So we can't control him with bribe. But we can destroy him with our spirits. So all 3 are pretty good options, especially the ever-burning candle, which I will add to my inventory. And while we don't need much silver, as being Exorcist we have our own tricks in the sleeve, I think I will go with the Elixir of Tenacity in this case. Lost Souls, lose 3 hit points, Envy 7 and Replicate, it's also cursed. So cursed means that as long as this card is in your hand, you will lose 3 life and discard 3 cards. So it's not a card you can afford to keep long. I will add it to my stash and this one too. And it can be game changer depending on the... let's use it here. If he has mind control, we can draw 2, amplify astral and deal damage. So he's bewitched, and we can focus on his allies actually. it's a reaction, use it on him. Devil Enforcer. Add it wall. And we have a wicked devil here. Let's get Spectral Hand. Desecrate, Summoning Circle, Healing, and we don't know what this guy will do. She has Benefactor, so she will probably use her Benefactor to give him poison. Or flanking.
Just lead the way.
So why not kill this guy? It's also used Benefactor flank. Too little, too late. Okay, let's get this to our inventory and escape here. Let's see. So from accessories we can equip the ever-burning candle, which will reduce our concealment but gives us resist dark and amplify light. So it's quite nice for our character. And we can then add this or this. We can add this occultist cape, and these action points that we pay for it, we will be getting back from the ever-burning candle as it will pass the meditate synergy, and eventually we will start gaining action points instead of spending them. Okay, so we got a synergy meditate from the ever-burning candle, which passed onto our occultist cape and restored 3 action points, as much as we paid to play it. So basically it was a freebie, and once it level ups and the restoration becomes 5, then we'll start seeing some return in our investment. But in the meantime we have a nice Amplify Light and a nice Amplify Dark for free. So let's start with Spectral Hand. We also have a nice dark damage bonus for free. Let's make our allies stronger. Vulnerable. Mind control. Mind shockwave. We have plenty of nodes to recover. And let's see what we can sell. So heavy axe sell. mace cell, and I won't be using this accessory or this, so cell. We can also sell our red rose. There is no way you should sell this, you should keep it, because with this empower you can affect most bosses. This is for knight allies, we don't have any. Shard of Dominion is amazing if you find it. Not so much to buy it, but it can single-handedly defeat a boss, so it's worth it. Okay, let's see what we have here. Vampire Slaying Kit requires level 7, unfortunately, and it's much more expensive than we can handle. This requires to expand defend. I want something for Hexward, maybe this armor. And we can get a Quicksilver bomb. We can't afford any of the allies I like. Knight Errant would be nice because you can embark for a quest for glory and eventually turn him into a knight. And we don't know if it's Dame Maria or Sir Roberts, but can be either. Actions, what we have here. Stores will close, so unless we don't want any of this, we can just leave. Lounge. Lounge is a very interesting card that you might not immediately realize what it does. So it has this Lounge 2+. If the enemy has Lounge on them and it has 2+ duration, so it needs at least Echo 2. Then we will discard our hand and hit them with a Sloth 10, which will deal 10 damage plus 2 for each card we discarded. Then we will heal 4, restore 2 and draw 2 cards. Otherwise we will heal 4, restore 2 and draw 2 cards. Gluttony is an alternative healing effect, and we restore, you or ally restore 4 hit points plus 1 for every card in your hand. So it's like read, but instead of dealing damage it heals, and it will heal you if you target an enemy, and it will heal your ally if you target your ally. Okay, let's get spiriting in our deck. So we have a wicked enemy, and these are unseelie. Let's start with the wicked. I can still get the defend, even though this will use their benefactor flank and this one will attack. Let's get the demon suffer. So Fire Wasp, our best guess is that she will take flight. So let's drop below half, and this one will use Envenom. Let's get Veil Bridge. We can add Siphon Psyche here. So Siphon Psyche kill this one. Spectral Hand. Veil Bridge. And Ethereal Prison. It would be nice if we had one more Ethereal Prison. Dreamwalk. Gain vulnerable, lose 3 action points and draw 2. And finally it becomes a 0 draw 2 card, which is pretty interesting. Let's add it to our deck. Let's bewitch this guy. You don't have to use Mind Shockwave on the same enemy, you can use it on a different one. For example, I can use it here. We got a level. So and then we can now use it on here. Our boss is Joriel. He's an Ancilic warlock. Resistant to astral and dark and a little light from the elements we care about. So let's start by targeting this one with 6 intense and 6 to 12 dark damage. Spirits. And power 4 will be enough to maybe make Zoriel vulnerable. Let's see. Yes, we made him vulnerable. Now our power dropped though. Can still be useful. See, for example, we already not have these penalties because of empower. And this one has a potential of 10. It's useful on this one. Intense here. So Zoriel used his summoning circle. This brought this Devil Eye Oracle into play, which Light Beam will affect because he's wicked. Now Zoriel is unsealed, so he's leaving, meaning Drain will affect him. And so will Spirit Link. Let's put Spirit Link on him. Maybe force missiles. He resisted it because he has good astral resistance. But he can't resist that. Okay, and so we are on our road to the final boss. And if you notice now our Occult Escape gained a level, and this Synergy plus 3 Meditate has a +1 and we restore 4 action points. So, and we also get more light and more dark bonus, which is quite nice. Human Lazar. Get Mind Shockwave. Use Mind Shockwave. Briar, control LSR 7. He's 8 to 16, so pretty much useless. Let's weaken him. Get Mind Shockwave. Use Mind Shockwave. I can use this. It will last for 2 turns and will be restoring my action points while this guy kills himself. And continue. Lustrate. On draw, craft 1 Cold Spirit. We unsummon an ally, and if they are unexhausted, we get a Teamwork Healing. Teamwork will translate to Synergy if the ally is unexhausted, and give a +1 for their level. But the Cold Spirit is the intriguing part, because we can craft a Malevolent or a Repentant Spirit, or it will mutate to Possession. Okay, actually it's not or, because we can keep both of them into our hand and play both of them if we want. Okay, so let's add Lustrate to our deck. Let's add Vulnerable to this guy. We can use light beam to Hellhound. And now light beam will add 3 vulnerable counters to a wicked enemy. And if you are curious about how blessed works, you can type here blessed and see. The target additionally receives plus card level +1 vulnerable counters. So that's why this blessed inflicts 3, because we have 2 levels, +1, 3. This vulnerable he will ignore because he's immune, but not the other vulnerable because of the blessed. Let's see what we can draw. Veil Blitz, perfect. Let's enhance them. We can give this one vulnerable. Let's see the Demon's Offer. Veil Blitz. My best guess is that you will end up keeping Veil Blitz to your deck regardless the level you are. It's a very good card. Always have a place in most decks. And continue. So this time we are actually with the Inquisition, so let's pray for his soul and attend the cleansing rite, which creates a down node here. And we can sell I don't have anything I want to sell. So if the enemy is spirit, we apply immobilized. Nice. And otherwise we can end stun. Force blast, dispels flank. Let's see if we can find Ghost Ward. Pick 2 random enemies if they are wicked and have hit points less than 16, destroy them. Ah, that's what I was looking for. Buy. Nope, let's leave. So let's start with Veils. We can still benefit from the intense damage. Let's get light beam. We get to the vulnerable. Okay, spectral hound. Attack. We can add the spirit link on him. Illustrate. So I can replace this one with a malevolent spirit. His ability is possession. So if our willpower is less than 24, we discard 3 cards. But we amplify dark and we draw 3. But we can also use him to attack. Can play the Repentant Spirit. Protection from evil. Pick 2 enemies if they are wicked with current hit points less than 16 and destroy them. Okay, let's get protection from evil. So he will die, I don't need to illustrate anymore. Sentient Dagger. Filter of True Sight, multicast 2, apply vulnerable 3. Let's add this to stats. The sentient weapon. Stats. Okay, let's start with force missiles. See where this will lead. Get a veil bridge. He's the Repentant Spirit, I don't need protection from evil. Let's empower ourselves. Now Dreamwalk became defend +1, restore 1 and draw 2. So, very nice prospect. Now that we lost empower, it reverted to the no penalty state. And the more empower we lose, the worse these effects will be, but so we can use it now. Okay, and he's dead from the 2 echo actions. Let's use Spectral Hand here. As you can see now with Vulnerable we can deal lots of damage. This is a Vulnerable 5 now, Intense 5, so 10 damage. Not bad at all, especially since the enemy can't resist it. Let's draw a ghost word in our hand. So he will probably... We had lots of cards that were crit was so efficient. But anyway, he can always heal. Let's focus on someone else. Iapetus. The prison. Let's apply vulnerable here. Okay, so none of them is wicked. This is useless. None of them deals dark damage, so let's discard it. Mend wounds. Illustrate. Hit with envy.
Level up.
Okay, we got a level. So let's get a perk point. Let's see if we can increase our leadership. So we can get the Adventurer Society and also increase our leadership further. Or the Thieves Guild. This would be interesting, but we have an adept summoner we can get. Let's see the medium. Each time you would craft a repentant spirit, you craft one more. Your synergy healing effect increases by 3. That's nice. Okay. Medium. And we can also get your healing effect is reduced by 2, your meditate effect is increases by +4, so we will be restoring more action points with our candle. And we can afford the loss of healing. Let's get this to 18 and 14. It's unwavering. So now we have a hand size of 5. Of 7, sorry. Spectral Assassin, lose 3 hit points, deal 8 to 16 dark damage, drain 2, destroy non-spirit. Send it to our hand. And we have a pack of wyverns. So with this, we may be able to destroy outright one of the wyverns. Play a light beam here. I will try to destroy this one with the Spectral Assassin. We'll add Siphon Psyche on this one. Veil Blitz. Okay, so this is it. We are in the boss. We are at 1 hour and 5 minutes. And we have a rematch with Iapetus. Perfect. But this time we are not afraid of him at all. Because this time we are dealing light damage. Let's use this too. Okay, shouldn't be much of a problem. Let's hit him with the Spirit Link. It's dark, but we already added some vulnerable counters. Let's use the filter of Insight. We can use it to apply more vulnerable stacks. And we stunned this one. Okay. Veil Bridge on Iapetus. Light Beam is ranged. And that's it, folks. Iapetus is done. We had our long deserved revenge. And I hope you enjoyed this run with the human exorcist. It's one of the most versatile classes in the game, as it deals both light and dark damage, and if you can get him to achieve this balance between the two, he can be pretty amazing. That's all for today. I will be seeing you next time. Bye bye.